Hey guys and gals, good afternoon. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Houston, Texas. First and foremost, of course, Hector with HM Custom Threads. But again, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. It means a lot. Starting to do a few more videos here for you guys, just things that I wish somebody would have taught me, or I wish there was a video out there that shows the process on how to do something. Today I'm going over just color changes, but more of a shading, and I have a thread trunk pattern here that I use. Of course, I've done a tiger wrap here, then the overwraps or the end wraps that lead up to the tiger. Now I'm going to do the overwrap in decorative fashion here, and I'm going to shade or fade from the lightest yellow to the darker purple. It's a little bit darker than this one. Again, thank you again for subscribing. If you like this video, by the time it's finished, shouldn't be too long. Please click the little thumbs up down there. Okay, so this is just a color change or fade. This is the way I do it. There are many ways to do it, I'm sure. This is just the way it works best for me. So as you can see right now, I've already started it. I've got about 3 passes on, or 3 turns on. I usually do about 5. And, you know, packing as we go, making sure that things are nice and tight. A lot of times I use my thumbs a little better. I like that better because I can push it a little further and see at the same time. So that's 4, and one more, 5, okey-doke, and then we just cut it off. Now I'm probably going to go past this mark here, because I'm going to do about 20 passes per, just to make sure that I get a uniform or the same amount of passes on each color. So we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, this is where I am going to introduce the next thread. Now we have, that's the lighter yellow. This is going to be the darker yellow. Now this is still in this is going to be in my spool, or rather in my thread carriage, and I'm going to run that right along with this one. And we're going to introduce that color. And all we're going to do is run that this way. Now you may get a little bit of slack in there. Make sure that when you do your introduction, or when you put this inlay in, that your thread is always on the 180 axis for your dirty side. I always like to tape it, so that way you can anchor that down, so you can work with both of your hands or fingers, if you will. Tighten up the little gaps there. So that's 1, 2, working on number 3, 4, 5. Okay, so what I do here is to keep that, I go 5 passes just to keep that anchor down. First thing we do is pull this down just a little bit to make it even with our 180. Then we clip it off here. Alright, now the next thing we do is we take the color that we just had, the light yellow, that's going to be the one over here on the right. Normally it's always the one on the right. We're going to give you some slack, pull it under. We're going to pull it under, go under the second color, clip that color, hold it with your hand, and just wrap right over it. Now it's held in place. Now we have, that was one pass, two, three, four, five, six. Let's go ahead and trim this up real quick before that tends to get in the way. Put a little bit more tension down. Alright, best way to do these is take a handy dandy razor blade, lay it down flat, press on it, and pull that thread, and it'll come right off. Okay, so we had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's tighten it up a bit. That's 13. 14 and 15. Now we get to introduce, let me go ahead and pull this color out. We get to introduce our next color, which is going to be red. Run that through the thread carriage, through the tensioner. Introduce your thread here, give you some slack. Make sure you keep tension on this main thread. And so what you have to do sometimes is you have to get your spool and turn it, reverse it, turn it backwards so you get more tension on this main thread. Introduce that. Make sure that you get right next to it. There we go. Snug that back up. Bring your thread around. If the tape will work with me here. There we go. Okay. Now we have, make sure we got over that. Okay, that's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Alright, we untape that, put it back over here on the side here. Now we make sure we run that around to the 180, and then what you can also do is put your nail right here, put your fingernail right here, and hold that down and pull this up to that point to even it out or make it align with your 180. And then you snug everything back up. Clip that off. Now we're going to transition from the yellow to the red. So we give our yellow snug, or slack rather. Hold on to that. Clip the, make sure that you only clip the color that you're going to change from. Not the color you're changing to, because that's a nightmare. Ask me how I know that. I've done it a couple of times. Alright, so we got 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hope you guys can follow so far. Alright, now we're just going to place this razor blade right down here, press it against the thread, press it down, and pull that up. There we go. Alright, so we had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, got to snug that up a little bit. Okay, now we introduce our next color. We can get rid of the yellow. Of course, you can have all these spools on your thread carriage already. I, for whatever reason, like to interchange them. Alright, we add that into the thread carriage. Introduce that into the guide there. And run it through the bottom here like an inlay, because that's what we're going to do. Run it in there for an inlay. Nope. It'll slip sometimes, so you have to be careful. You don't want to pull too tight, because then you pull everything out of whack. Make sure you keep tension on this main thread by reversing the thread, reversing the spool of thread if you need to. That just means turning it backwards. Okey-doke. Alright, we got our inlay. Time to tape. Just anchor that thread down. Move your thread carriage slightly and start wrapping. And as you wrap, you can snug it up a bit too. Alright, that's 1, 2. Now we're working on number 3. 3. 4. 4. Coming up on 5. There we go, 5. Alright, we take our tape off. Now we bring this in alignment back down here. Bring that down. There we go. Snug that back up. There was a small gap there. You probably couldn't see it there, but I could see it with my big glasses here. There we go. Clip that off. Alright, now we're going to change from the red to the purple. Pulling that down, clipping only the color that we are changing from to the color we're changing to. Okay. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we can clip this, or rather cut it with the razor. Remember, you just lay it down very close to where this thread comes out. You lay it down and then press and pull against the razor, and it'll come right off. Alright, we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Snug that up a little bit. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright. Now we're introducing the last color, the darker purple. We do away with the red, pull the red out, introduce our next spool, run that into the thread carriage, through the tensioner, through the guide. Now this is where it gets tricky when you start using colors that are very close in color. Okie dokie. One, two, three, four, and five. Got to be careful not to cross over, especially when you're using the light colors. The colors that are close, they will definitely they'll definitely blend in and cross over if you're not careful. You're also trying to count your passes. Alright, so we have 5 of those. Let's go ahead and clip this bad boy right here. And then take the lighter purple, which is on the right, give it some slack, cut that, roll right over it, just like that. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, get that handy dandy razor blade there, lay that thing down just like that, bring that up just like that. Alright, so we had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, guess what I do here? For those of you that, since this is the last color, and for those of you that guessed, you put your tie off in, or your pull through in, you guessed right. Now I hope you guys are liking this video. If you are liking this video, please hit the little thumbs up down there at the bottom. If you know anybody who would benefit from this, let them know about this channel, HM Custom Threads, and please have them subscribe. If you are not a member or a subscriber yet, please subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's finish up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it, give you some slack, clip it, and your pull through right through there, and you're done. Snug that up just a little bit. Razor blade time. Set it down, pull against, and that's that. Now here we go. Kind of almost looks like a rainbow. Looks really nice. It went from the darker, or the lighter to the darker, kind of blended in really nicely right there. Let me zoom in here so you can see. There we go. Now this is the 0 axis. Let me pull this the other way. There we go. The 0 axis and your 180 axis. Now you can see right there, those are my little tag ends. Those will definitely get taken care of when I apply the epoxy on my second coat. Again, guys and gals, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me a message on Facebook. Email me at hmcustomthreads@gmail.com. And you can, of course, also hit me up on either Facebook Messenger for Hector Rojas or HM Custom Threads, either one. Thank you very much for watching this video. Again, I appreciate all of your likes and comments, and again, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Keep calm and rap on.